All right, so no injuries to report. Hey, listen, my hat goes off to Bucker for those last two field goals. That last one was as clutch as you can get. And our defense, I just thought, stepped up, had a couple there that were very good. But field position became a big part of it. We dang near gave it away at the end, but we kind of hung on to bring it back to where we needed to get that field goal. So anyways, with that, time's yours.
Specifically on Stephon Diggs, only one catch. What was working well for you guys in that?
Yeah, so listen, I'm proud of our defense for continuing to work and get better. And so one of the objectives was to get better every week and a goal there. And they've done that. Some of the young guys are growing up and they've got a great quarterback and great skilled position players. And I thought our guys really buckled down and did a nice job of getting challenged them. And then guys up front, my hat goes off to them for the pressure that they were able to get there at the end on the quarterback.
Coach, you've answered a lot of questions this season about the run defense, and Black, the league's leading rusher at 3.4 yards per carry. What's giving you confidence throughout this whole process? Almost like that together.
Yeah, so well, he's a great running back and the best right now going, and so he. Our guys buckled down. They took that challenge, and they worked hard this week to make sure they started with that, but still kept their pass rush ability up and be able to cover on the drops there. So I think that's a good football team. I think Mike's done a nice job. Zimmer has done a nice job with that group, and it's a good win. It's a good win for us too. So.
Can you speak to just the difference-making ability of Tyreek?
Yeah, so, those are a couple of big plays now. And then both he and Kel stepped up right at the end there. And, those were big-time plays. That last play to get us keep it between Kels and then Tyreek coming back, making somebody miss, getting upfield, getting down, being able to preserve some time there so we could kick it. I thought we were big. Oh, that's good.
Chris Jones had an impact, and that was a huge thing.
Yeah, Chris did a nice job. It's good to get him back in there. So the longer this goes, the more we'll be able to get a few guys back in, and we'll just add them to the mix so we have a little bit more depth. It's good to have the experience some of these guys have gotten. That'll help us down the road here.
Can you just talk about the obvious relief that you feel getting a win at home again?
Yeah, well, the crowd was phenomenal. There was a lot of purple up there, and they just voiced them out. That whole thing with the clapping over the head and all that. I thought our PA guy did a nice job of cranking up a little Arrowhead pride there, man, yanking the music out and knocking that out. He just nailed that clapping deal. Crossed right back to home.
Could you speak to the veteran presence and poise that Matt showed on those last two drives under pressure?
Yeah, a lot of pressure. And he's got some fire to him. He's a tough kid because he took a couple licks there and he got back up and finished. But just him calming the storm, I thought was good, and that throw to Kels was big. That was, weren't quite sure how that was going to go, but it worked out okay for us.
What did you see on Davian Williams' run?
Yeah, so I thought 77 did a great job. Andrew, he came down and just kind of cleaned that side out, and it popped it. And my hat goes off to him. Getting him back in there and having a block like that was big. They blitzed. It was man coverage. And then I thought Tyreek on that play of getting down there and just walling that guy off, and only Tyreek could do that. He was the fastest guy out there, so he was able to get in position to wall him off. And I thought that was big on that.
You guys decided to put Tyreek out there for a couple of punt returns late. It looked like it affected what they wanted to do, a couple of 4 kicks. That's kind of the effect you want when you put him out there late.
Yeah, no, that was Dave's plan, and we were hoping, you hope that he gets an opportunity to catch it and return it, but if he doesn't, then the results were good results, yeah.
How close was it with Patrick today?
You know what, he's close, but Now, Ed, you got to just know that he wants to be out there it's not his decision on this. So we kind of backed up on it. I mean, we listened to the doctors and the trainers and made the decision. And if he had it his way, he would have played, the next play after it happened. So that's how he's wired.
Coach Steve said that, it would take maybe 4 weeks for the defense to come together. How improved, and is this what you all were looking at, this defense being this time of the year?
Yeah, so I'm not going to say a time on it, but to play, you just need to get familiar. Yeah, what he said, I know what he said, right? So, but you can see it happening. You guys are watching it, so we've got so much room to improve. We got to keep going. We're not near where we can be and will be. So we just keep pounding it and getting better and working hard. I think that's this group's got a good mindset about them where they'll work, and they're not afraid to do that.
Last one, BJ.
Coach, you've often spoke this season about margin of error, and for the second half to start the way that it did, giving the Vikings that short field and they took the lead. You say you learn something about your team every week throughout the course of the season. What do you think it is that you learned about your team today?
Yeah. It just doesn't seem to me that they worry about much on that kind of stuff. I don't hear guys moping around or this should have happened or that should have happened. I haven't seen that. Even in the losses, I didn't feel that. It was just, what can we do? Let's keep going and strike, whether it's on offense or defense or special teams. It's been that kind of group so far. So, I mean, that's a real positive thing and gives you opportunities in games like this right here. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
As an offense, man, we always got a lot of energy, you know what I'm saying? Especially when the defense just had an amazing stop, you know what I'm saying, third down and long or whatever. So we had a lot of energy coming out onto the field, so it was a good positive drive for us.
I know you guys always play off each other, you guys in the defense making plays, but the last 2 drives for the Vikings, they go 6 plays, lose 7 yards, give you guys a chance to go down. Just how big was their performance tonight?
Our defense play.
What were you thinking after?
That's just all Matt and offensive line, you know what I'm saying? Offensive line doing a great job protecting, and Matt just throwing the ball up, trusting me to make a play down the field. So I was able to jump over the guy and make a play.
And how impressive have you been with Matt Moore and what he's done in the situation that he stepped into 2 weeks ago and the plays that he's made the last 2 weeks?
Well, he's definitely been in this situation before, you know what I'm saying? So the offense as a whole is very comfortable with him, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm enjoying this process, you know what I'm saying, with Matt, because he be teaching the receivers things like, let's say, for instance, I got a double deep stop. He be telling us where he wants us and stuff like that. So I can dig stuff like that from my quarterback, you know what I'm saying? Because the quarterback, he's the leader of the offense. So, I mean, we all love Matt as our quarterback.
If you've been watching tape the last 5 weeks, you've seen this guy just continue to rise and rise and rise, Derek Nottie. But today, man, you are a monster, particularly against Dalvin Cook. What was the difference in corralling him in the run defense?
With him, I knew what he would bring to the table, being his former teammate. Off rip, I was like, this guy's going to be a problem. So I was like, we really got to tune in. Everybody already knew what type of he brings to the table. So honestly, I didn't need to say much. But still, elite running back, elite player. We just had to bring all we had to the table. I feel like we did that today.
Yeah, a little Seminole love going red and gold here. But I want to ask you, he only had 3.4 a carry. He came in now all-purpose #1 in the NFL. Assignment, awareness, for you guys up front, what was the big key against them?
That's what it was. Assignment, alignment, technique from playing. Like, it really just goes down to it. You beat the offensive line, you can get the running back. He can't run anywhere. And I feel like that's what we really did. We were really relentless to the ball, all 11 of us, and we did a phenomenal job today. And honestly, we just got to keep improving from this. We got to keep moving, keep improving, keep getting better and better, and that will make us an elite defense.
Doing the play-by-play, I had our stat guy keep track of first down plays. We'll talk about it here later in the show. They only averaged 3.0 on a first down play, 11 times, 0 yards. What about winning on first down today?
Oh, that's really what really sets the tone. You stop them. Honestly, you just got to get them on third down. And let our pass rushers do what they do. Let our defense do what they do. Because honestly, with him, with Dalvin Cook, when he gets started, that's when the problems come. So we had to stop that as fast as we could, and I believe we did so.
Final question for you, Derek. In watching you every week, you're getting a lot of, hey, you played Houston. I go, is he going to have anything left for Denver? And you smoked that game. What about getting all of these chances and continue to rise in your game?
That's a hard question because, like, it's really just, as I said, improving every week. I see why things I had to correct on in previous games and try to improve them. And I came in this week with a big chip on my shoulder saying I feel like I did below average last week, so I had more chip on my shoulder to really improve. And with the offensive line we're playing this week, I feel like we can really get the upper hand this week. So as an interior lineman, also we can really make a difference this game. That's what, and with Chris back, he even said the same thing. We can really change the make things a lot different. So that's what we pretty much did today.
I lied. I got one more.
All right.
You hold him to 112 on the next to last drive, 42 seconds on the last drive, and you get his arm on a pass broken up. They use no time. What about you guys in the huddle saying they're not going to move it, we're going to get him off the field, different than the Green Bay game?
Honestly, I wasn't saying a word. I was just too tuned in with what I had to do. I looked at Colin, he looked at me, I said, bro, let's get this done. And we had to say much.
The sack and the fumble on first down, perhaps in the past.
Yeah, wow, I don't want to say miscommunication, but we were just having some issues with some communication there, and time was running out. Just trying to do the best we could. It was, not a situation you want to be in with the lack of communication, I guess. I mean, that always happens, and you got to overcome it, which we did, which was nice. And then obviously the big play to Kels. He did a great job winning, tons of space, and it was easy kind of just to lay it out there for him. Strong catch in a crucial situation. And then Tyreek, winning, get us a little closer there for the field goal at the end. Just tons of clutch plays by some big-time guys.
Matt, did you expect 0 blitzes once you got to the final drive?
Yeah.
What they did, the drive?
Yeah, 100%. And that's the thing. I think we were a little scatterbrained, if you will. We were running all over the place a little bit, which was tough for us to adjust to what they were doing defensively, and that's on me 100%. I don't want to be in that position. I don't want to put our guys in that position. So we just got to get in and out of the huddle or get the play called, in quicker fashion, and that way we can evaluate what's going on.
It's been over 2 years since you have won a game in the NFL. Just what does it mean for you? Just what was it like to see your teammates sort of respond to the way you got the team in position?
Yeah. It's exciting. I mean, it gets the juices flowing, obviously. This is an emotional game. The emotions were all over the place today. But to see the team, to win at home, to see the guys rally, everybody really, total team win, all 3 phases. It's great to be a part of, great to see.
You said after the Denver feeling right now in this offense, with your teammates, you do this for another 2 weeks or so.
Yeah, I feel good. I mean, we're only going to grow. Everyone's going to grow every day, myself included. Comfortable, absolutely. And obviously, you go into each week, you study the game plan, you practice it. Your comfort's only going to grow even more. So, yeah, I feel good.
You said after the Denver game that you just didn't want to underthrow Tyreek Hill. That you throw him. The touchdown that he had, was that one where you felt like you tested him about as long as you can?
Yeah, well, I saw him, and again, he did a great job winning. And it's nice when you see the DB's back turn to you, and he's going. I mean, I tried to put it out as best I could, and I didn't see the catch live. I ended up seeing it later, but he extended for it, which was great, and he got there. It's just a great play by him.
Were you thinking at all when you threw the ball that maybe you threw it too far?
No. I was getting taken to the ground, so I let it go and was just like, man, I hope he gets there.
The last one, the contested one, is what was your advantage of that play when you saw the replay to see the way that Tyreek went up and fought for the ball?
I still haven't seen it. That was an awesome one to throw it and take a shot, and then initially I kind of was like, oh man, and then the crowd went crazy, and one of the old linemen was like, Matt, he caught it, let's go. And I was like, sweet, here we go.
Going back to the final drive, was there much discussion that you need to get to X yard line to give Harrison a chance to kick a field goal?
I'm sure that was being discussed on the sideline. No, we were executing the plays that were in. Obviously, the closer you get, the better. I didn't have any of that discussion, so they handled all that.
The last play to Tyreek to set up the field goal, is that the route that or is that an adjustment based on?
That was the route. That was his route. He quickened it up a little bit, which was great. It's what we needed. But no, he executed perfectly there.
So as soon as you see the blitz, are you thinking that that's?
Yeah.
The long run by Damian Williams, what was your view of that as it happened, and did you see how far Hill came from to make the block?
I did not see Tyreek make the block. I saw Dame hit the hole, and then he kind of in and out of it. I saw him almost get tripped up. And I was just telling him, I go, I wish you could have heard me on that. I was like a little kid screaming, running down the field, after I realized he was behind everybody to, urging him on to keep going. But I didn't see Tyreek's block. I'm sure I will. But that was that's nice when you're backed up to hand it off and score. So.
Go ahead, Adam and DJ.
265 combined yards for Damian and for Tyreek. What allowed both parts of the offense, both the run and the pass, to be so?
Yeah, really, it was the defense was really good. That's a really good defense. At some points we were just trying to take what they were giving us formationally. We had some things. I think running the ball, our guys executed blocks well, created some holes. It was kind of hard. Sometimes, obviously they're adjusting, we're adjusting. Obviously, but then we got a couple runs going that opened up, I think, Tyreek on the outside. And we didn't get much one-on-one with him, so he did a nice job finding zones or just getting downfield far enough to where he was one-on-one and you can put a ball up. So I think both players, both parts of the offense, run and pass, kind of complement each other really well.
Go Adam, Nate, BJ. Pat, with Matt out and some other guys out, and you guys haven't lost 3 or 4, can you put in perspective what winning a game like this, finding a way to win means for you guys?
You just want to win the next one up, but to get this one, to get it at home, I think it's been a little bit since we've won at home. So to get it at home, to win it the way we did, nobody quit. It was a fight until the end, and so you love that. You love to see that, and your team, they're all important. They're all important, and so to get this one the way we did, I think, is just makes you feel good.
Man, it was a similar situation to last week's game. 5 or 6 minutes left. Defense is on the field.
Yeah.
You're wanting an opportunity. Just from your vantage point, being with the guys as long as you've been, just what was it like to see them come through?
Awesome.
To give you an opportunity.
Yeah, awesome. They played, outstanding. And, sitting on the sideline that last drive when they're, I think Cousins had a ball knocked down and then a screen that we had, sniffed out, and it was right there. It's just, everybody was coming up huge. And so to watch those guys, I think they got to get the offense going a little bit. Hey, we're going to go shut them down, which they did. Now we're going to get the ball, and now we got to go make some plays and win this game. So, again, can't compliment enough defense and special teams, as well as the offense, but just love to see those guys play the way they did.
That was a great question.
Thanks, guys.
Man, it's a big win for us. Coming off 3 straight home losses. Just trying to get that bad taste out of our mouth. Thought we played the game the right way today. I thought guys stepped up in tough situations, made some big plays, and big up to Bucker, man. 2 big-time kicks. I see him make kicks all year. Going back to the spring, and he's so committed to his craft, and for him to have that opportunity, it's big time win for our team.
What a game like this does for a team moving forward?
Well, hopefully it gets us rolling. We've been doing a lot of good things defensively, and we've been trying to see those things stack up, carry over into the next week after week. And I thought today we played pretty well against a really good offense, a team that can really run the ball, and set up deep play action passes. I thought we did a good job of just really competing, each and every down, and trying to find a way to get off the field on 3rd downs. And I think when it mattered the most, we stepped up and made the play.
You were in a situation like last week where.
Oh, yeah, I was jacked up. I was enjoying it in the moment, but to be successful as a kicker, you can't go into a kick with a lot of adrenaline, so I was just kind of pacing on the sideline, taking deep breaths, trying to get back in that calm mode that I think I do my best at as a kicker. But tie game, our defense is out there. They did a great job stopping them, so I knew it was going to come down to a field goal, and we got a great field position, and then we made the kick.
How did you have to maybe adjust how you were kicking it based on the wind? It looked like they were a little bit lower.
Yeah. I don't know that the 54-yarder I thought I hit really well, but that 44-yarder, we're talking in the locker room like, did it get blocked? Did it not get blocked? I know from watching the film, the guy jumped over the long snapper in the A gap, but it's kind of hard to tell if it got tipped or not because the rotation was a little weird. But glad it went in. I mean, my ball as a right-footed kicker kind of has a left hook on it, so going towards the north end zone, that was more of a tough win. That's why when I made the 45-yarder right hash, right to left wind, the same kick I missed last game, it was a 50-yarder right hash, right to left wind. So I was really pumped up I made that. I mean, we worked that same kick really hard in practice, so that set us up to be in good position for the 54-yarder. But going the other way was more of a left to right wind, and I think that wind almost straightens out my ball. But I got to watch the film closer to see like if it was blocked, if it was low. But I know the guy jumped over our center right there to try to block it.
What did you feel like your range was at that point going that direction?
The 54-yarder, I hit well. I thought, if we had a 58-yarder, 60-yarder, I would have just put more into it. But yeah, I mean, I felt good. I think when it's the end of the game, if it was a long field goal, you just put more leg into it, and you can make it. But I liked that right to left wind, so really glad we were going to the south end zone for the game winner.
But those extra yards that Tyreek maybe got right at the end there,
Oh yeah, I mean, every yard helps, especially on that, 44-yarder, and I don't know if that would have been good from 46 yards because I'm going with it got blocked. I got to watch it more, but that's what I'm going with.
You and James and Dustin have been together for so long. In those moments where you're going to kick a big kick, does Dustin, does he joke with you, or is it pretty serious? Does he pump you up? Just kind of what's your guys' little dynamic in that triangle?
We're definitely not joking around. I think, he tries to loosen me up a little bit throughout the week because I do take kicking, very seriously, maybe too seriously. But, after we made that 54, I was super pumped up, and then he kind of just gave me my space. I think that's when I do the best, is when I'm just kind of in my own zone. And then the whole time we're talking out there, when I'm taking my steps, I'm saying where I'm going to aim, and we're just kind of talking through it. But, he's my caddy. He does a great job as a holder. I think he's the best holder in the NFL. And, it truly is a team effort. If that ball doesn't have perfect lean, if it's not right on the spot, we maybe don't make the kick. So, I can't say enough about Dustin and then James getting perfect laces every time.
Because of the flight to that, did you not really know that was in it until you actually saw it signal?
Yeah, so I know I hit some ground before I hit the ball, and usually if I hit ground, the ball still has end-over-end rotation. And that one, I hit it. I thought I heard it blocked. A lot of O-linemen said they thought they heard it blocked, and I looked up, and the ball wasn't going end-over-end. It was kind of going crazy. But it was going straight, so it's just, is it going to have the distance or not? And luckily it did. But like I said, I'm going with it got blocked because I've never hit a ball like that just looked that weird, that was that low, so we'll see, I guess, when I can watch the film.
The first guy to greet you after the kick coming out the sideline was Patrick.
Yeah.
What did you make of him running out there, and what happened between the two of you guys out there?
Yeah, I mean, I was sprinting down. I think that's just from my soccer background growing up. When guys score goals, they just sprint the other way. And I was going, I saw Patrick, and then I wanted to embrace him, but I'm like, no, he can't get hurt. So I just kept going. And then Tyreek was, encouraging me to go to the end zone and jump in with the fans, and that was a lot of fun. But enjoying this moment, giving all the glory to our Lord Jesus Christ, and just so happy for this team to get a big win, and we're moving forward with a lot of momentum.
Because you were talking about taking some deep breaths and calming yourself down, because I didn't have a chance to see you on the sidelines. Do you have any chance to kick into the net or anything like that? It's just strictly mental stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, I kicked in the net a couple times. My body's been feeling great all season, and I just feel like I can all day. So once I just kind of calm down, I'm kicking in the net. So then once I run onto the field, it's like the same thing I've been doing on the sideline.
Last one. I think they had a timeout. Did you think they would maybe try to ice you? I mean, how do you go mentally into that?
I did check. I saw they had a timeout, but honestly, I feel like every time a coach has called a timeout, that helps me and I make it. So he didn't call the timeout, and it went in. But I did know that maybe I shouldn't check to see if they got a timeout or not. But it went in. We're just super excited.
All right, thank you.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Coach, the final quarter of this game felt like the last turn in a horse race. Talk about defending some of the top performers in this league. You held Dalvin Cook to 120-something all-purpose yards. I thought you did an outstanding job.
Yeah, I'm glad we have war paint in that analogy right there, because we end up winning. So it was, yeah, and he's a heck of a player. Listen, that's a great football team, and Mike's done a heck of a job with them, and we've got for our guys to step up and do what they did, I'm proud of them. I mean, really proud of them.
You had a great game plan today. First half, you win the time of possession. That was really big. But the second half was all about your playmakers. Minnesota gets the ball back in the fourth quarter, 7 minutes. You guys get. Hill has a couple of big catches. Then Harrison Butker makes a kick there and another kick to win the game.
Harrison was on fire. I mean, he did a great job. Matt getting the ball to those guys, the O-line for protecting. Matt getting frustrated and kind of working through all of it because they have a nice zero blitz package they were throwing at us, and he hung in there, and we ended up getting the one at the end, Tyreek, but, to get us in field goal range.
We've talked about your young defenders for the past couple of weeks. They seem to be getting just better and better. But today, a big standout for me was Chris Jones returning to the lineup. He just bull rushed Josh Klein. There were a couple of times he picked him up and sat him in the lap of Kirk Cousins.
They've got a good offensive line. Chris is one of the best in the league. So I'm proud of him for getting back in there and working hard.
What does this mean for you guys to make it to 6-3 here? The confidence in the locker room, the confidence with Matt. Soon you'll get some of these injured guys back.
Well, we're getting better. I mean, that's the important thing, and so that's what we look at, and that's all we want to do. We want to just keep chipping away and getting better each week, and if we do that, we'll be fine.
Well, again, great job with the game plan. Let's go on to Nashville, 7-3.
All right, Dan. Thank you.